Ever heard a song you couldn't shake? One that felt like it knew you? Welcome to Shadow Watch, where we unearth tales that echo in your bones. Tonight, we're headed to Maine's foggy coast, where a melody doesn't just linger, it pulls you under. It's called the Hollow Choir, and once you hear it, there's no turning back. Stay close. The story's twists will haunt you long after the notes fade. Meet Ethan Cole, a 38-year-old musician burned out from city gigs. It's September 2023, and he's rented a cabin in Tidehaven, a Maine fishing town wrapped in mist and secrets. Ethan's chasing inspiration, his guitar untouched for months. Tidehaven's perfect, all rocky shores and weathered docks, with locals who keep their distance. The cabin's old, creaky, overlooking a cove where waves hum like a faint tune. Ethan likes the quiet, but something about the air feels heavy, like it's waiting. His first night, Ethan hears it, a sound from the cove. Not waves, but voices, soft, layered, singing no words he knows. It's beautiful, pulling at him, but wrong, too perfect, like it's not meant for him. He steps outside, the fog thick, the song clearer, weaving through the pines. His phone's dead, no recording, but the melody sticks, notes he can't place. Locals at the bait shop dodge his questions, their eyes skittish when he mentions the cove. An old fisherman, Amos, mutters about the Hollow Choir, a tale from the 60s, sailors lost to a storm, their voices never leaving. Ethan's curious, not spooked yet. He's heard worse in dive bars. But the song comes again, midnight, louder, from the cove's cliffs. He grabs a flashlight, boots crunching on gravel, drawn to the sound. The cliffs are jagged, slick with spray, and the voices rise, not human, not animal, something else, calling him closer. Ethan's pulse ticks up. He's alone. But the song feels personal, like it's singing his name. He finds a cave, half hidden by tides, its mouth dark, the voices echoing inside. Ethan hesitates, the melody wrapping him, warm but cold, promising answers. His flashlight catches carvings on the rocks, spirals, worn but sharp, like notes scratched in stone. The song shifts, sharper, and he swears he hears it. Ethan, woven into the chorus, faint but clear. His breath catches. This isn't inspiration, it's a hook, and he's caught. Back at the cabin, Ethan tries to sleep, but the song's in his head, looping, pulling. He sketches the spirals, fingers trembling, and digs online, finding scraps, a 63 wreck, a schooner gone down with no survivors. Locals swore the crew sang as they sank, a hymn to something older, tied to the cove. Ethan's guitar sits untouched, the song too big, too alive. He hears it again, outside, closer, not from the cove, but the cabin's walls, soft, like a lullaby with teeth. Ethan checks the windows, locked, but the fog's thicker, curling inside, and the voices hum. Ethan, undeniable now. He's no stranger to obsession. Music's done that before, but this is different. It's not just in him, it's around him. The cabin feels smaller, the song louder, and his flashlight dims, shadows twisting into shapes that don't fit. What would you do, hearing your name in a song that shouldn't know you? Would you follow it, or run? Ethan's about to learn what the Hollow Choir wants, and it's not just his voice. Don't go anywhere. This story's starting to sing, and it's darker than Maine's deepest tides. Ethan's boots sink into the damp earth, the cove's song still humming in his veins. Ethan, a whisper woven into its notes. The cabin's dark, fog curling through the windows, the melody louder, Not outside now, but inside, threading through the walls. His flashlight flickers, casting spirals like the cave's carvings across the floor. Ethan's no stranger to music's pull, but this isn't art, it's alive, and it knows him. He needs to understand, or it'll never let go. He grabs his notebook, sketching the melody. Notes jagged, wrong, but perfect. The spirals he drew earlier seem sharper, their lines twisting when he blinks. Ethan's pulse races. Amos's story replays. The schooner, the storm, voices that didn't die. He searches online, finding a grainy photo. Tidehaven's Cove, 1963, wreckage scattered, and a log, crew sang to the end. Locals called it a hymn, but to what? Ethan's gut says the answer's in the cave, and the song wants him there. He heads out, flashlight cutting through the mist. The cove's cliffs looming, waves crashing like a bass line to the choir. The song's stronger, pulling him, his name clearer. Ethan. A lure he can't shake. The cave's mouth yawns wider, darker, its carvings glowing faintly, spirals pulsing like a heartbeat. Ethan steps inside, the air cold, damp, smelling of salt and something older, like grief. The voices rise, layered, not human, wrapping him, promising secrets if he stays. The cave narrows, walls slick, carvings denser, spiraling into patterns that hurt to see. Ethan's light catches a ledge holding relics, rusted knives, coins, a cracked flute, offerings maybe, or anchors. The song shifts, deeper, and he sees it. A pool, black, still, reflecting nothing but the spirals. Now red, alive. His name echoes, Ethan, from the water, not the air, and the pool ripples, though no wind touches it. He kneels, drawn, the song in his chest, his fingers brushing the pool's edge. It's warm, wrong, and the voices spike, singing his failures, a gig he tanked, a friend he cut off. Small scars, but they bleed now. The pool shows glimpses, not his face, but moments. His regrets, flickering like a broken reel. Ethan pulls back, heart pounding, but the song holds, tighter, and the relics hum, vibrating like they're waking. A shadow moves, not his, low, fluid, sliding across the cave's walls. Ethan spins, light shaking, catching nothing, but the air's heavier, the choir's voices sharper, judging. He shouts, voice cracking, asking what they want. No answer, just his name, louder. From the pool, the walls, everywhere. The flute rolls unbidden, stopping at his feet, its cracks glowing faintly. He grabs it, cold, like it's pulling him in, and the song changes, slower, promising he'll understand if he plays. Ethan's no fool, but the melody's got him, his fingers itching, the flute heavy. He backs toward the cave's mouth, the shadows thickening. Not shapes, but presences, watching, waiting. The pool ripples again, faster, and the song's a command now, Ethan, daring him to stay. He's trapped, not by walls, but by sound, and the hollow choir's singing for him alone. What would you do with a song that knows your soul? Would you play or run? Ethan's about to learn what the choir's calling for, and it's not just a tune. Stay with us. This story's diving deeper, and it's darker than you think. Ethan's fingers tighten on the flute, its cracks glowing like veins, the cave's song roaring in his chest. Ethan. A command now, not a call. The pool ripples faster, black water showing flashes, his failures, his regrets, sharper like knives. The shadows thicken, sliding across the walls, not human, not beast, their eyes glinting. Too many, watching. The spirals pulse red, carving deeper, and the air's heavy cold pulling at his breath. He's trapped, and the hollow choir's singing his soul apart. He stumbles back, the flute burning his palm, its notes begging to be played. The relics hum, knives trembling, coins spinning like they're alive. Ethan's mind reels. The schooner, the hymn, something older than the crew, bound to this cove. The pool's surface breaks, a hand, not flesh, but shadow, reaching, its fingers brushing his boot. He jerks away, heart hammering, the song spiking, naming his sins. A song he walked away from, a promise he broke. They're small, but here, they're everything. The shadows close in, their forms clearer, low, fluid, with limbs that bend wrong. Ethan shouts, voice swallowed, asking why him. No answer. Just the song, louder, weaving his name into every note, judging, claiming. The flute pulses, and he sees it, carved on its side, a spiral matching the walls, the pool. It's not just an instrument, it's a key, and the choir wants it played. The shadows hiss, a soundless wail, their eyes locking on his, peeling back his fears, his doubts. Ethan runs, clutching the flute, toward the cave's mouth. But the walls shift, narrowing, spirals glowing brighter, like a trap snapping shut. The pool surges, water spilling, not wet, but heavy, clinging, whispering his name. He trips, the flute rolling, and the shadows lunge, not touching, but close, their breath cold like salt and ash. Ethan grabs the flute, scrambling up, and sees a crack high on the wall, glowing faintly, a way out maybe. He climbs, rocks cutting his hands, the song pounding, Ethan, daring him to stop. The shadows follow, their forms stretching, merging. A chorus of eyes now, endless. The cracks narrow, but he squeezes through, flute in hand, tumbling onto wet stone. The cove outside, but different. Fog thicker, cliffs sharper. The song's fainter, but it's in him, looping, pulling him back. The flute's heavier, its glow dim but alive, like it's waiting. Ethan staggers to the shore, waves crashing, the choir's voices faint but clear. Ethan, promising they're not done. He checks the flute, its spiral pulsing, and sees his reflection in the water, not his face but theirs, eyes glinting, too many. His breath catches, he's out but marked. The song's roots deep, tied to the flute, to him. The cabin's ahead, lights off, but the fog moves like it's singing too. He thinks of Amos, the wreck, the hymn that didn't save. The choir's not just voices, it's hunger, feeding on what's left. Guilt, fear. Ethan's got plenty. The flute hums, soft, tempting, and he wonders if playing it stops them or calls them closer. The shadows linger, not in the cave, but behind him, watching, patient. Ethan's not free, and the song's not finished. What would you do with a melody that owns you, eyes that never blink? Would you play or bury it? Ethan's caught in the hollow choir's grip, and the truth's about to twist. Don't look away, this story's singing louder, and it's darker than Maine's blackest tides. Ethan clutches the flute, its glow dim but heavy, the cove's song still humming in his bones. Ethan, a chain he can't break. The fog wraps Tidehaven, cliffs looming, waves crashing like a fading chorus. His reflection in the water lingers, not his but theirs, eyes glinting, too many. The cabin's ahead, dark, but the song's there, soft, seeping through the pines, promising it's not done. Ethan's breath clouds, his guilt sharp. Small failures now anchors for the choir's pull. He locks the door, the flute warm, tempting, its spiral pulsing like a heartbeat. The song's quieter, but it's in him, looping his regrets, a melody of what he left behind. Ethan searches online, finding a name, Elias Ward, the schooner's captain, 1963, who sang to something in the deep, binding his crew to it. The flute's no relic, it's theirs, a tether, and Ethan's holding it. The song rises, not outside, but inside, from the walls, Ethan daring him to play. A creak sounds, not wood, but air shifting. Ethan spins, the cabin's shadows twisting, low, fluid, their eyes glinting through the fogged windows. He grips the flute, heart pounding, knowing it's a key, but to what? The song names his debts, a dream he quit, a fight he dodged, small but heavy here. The shadows hum, closer, their forms bending wrong. Not crew, but echoes hungry. Ethan backs up, the flute burning, and sees it, his guitar, strings vibrating, playing the choir's tune without touch. He bolts for the door, flute in hand, the song roaring, Ethan, a command to stay. The fog's alive, curling like fingers, the shadows gliding, not chasing, just waiting. Ethan runs, cove fading, but the song follows, threading through the pines, his name its refrain. He reaches his car, engine stuttering, and drives, Tidehaven shrinking, the flute on the seat, glowing faintly, alive. The road stretches, fog thick, the song fainter, but Ethan feels them, their eyes, their voices, tied to the flute, to him. He checks the mirror, half expecting them, but it's just his face, paler, eyes wider like theirs. Miles out, he stops, hands shaking, the flute heavy, its spiral warm. He could ditch it, bury it, but the song's in his head, promising they'll sing again, when it's dark, when he's alone. Ethan keeps driving, vowing to leave Maine, but the choir's patient, their hymn eternal. The flute's quiet but not gone, a debt unpaid, a note unplayed. Tidehaven's cove still sings, waiting for the next voice, the next fool. What would you do with a song that knows your soul, eyes that never leave? Stories like these don't end, they echo, make you jump at every hum. If your heart's racing, smash that like button, show us you're still here. Comment below, would you play that flute or burn it? Share this with a friend who'd shiver at the tune, or one who'd laugh just to spook them. Subscribe to Shadow Watch, hit the bell, and brace for more tales that'll haunt your nights. Next time, we're diving deeper, unless you're too scared to listen.